I'm Coach Bill from Coach Bill Pickleball. Welcome to Game 2 of my first 4-0 Pickleball Tournament. Would you post the worst pickleball game you've ever played on the internet? Based on what I've seen on the internet, the vast majority of you are answering no. The internet is filled with videos that are edited down to highlights and other creative ways to make people look better than they actually are. This is not one of those videos. This game was tough for me to watch, much less having other people watch it. In life, you learn from your mistakes, and hopefully by me sharing it, you can learn from my mistakes also. This video will cover game footage, my analysis, and has our team statistics at the end. Let's get into it. This is a good counter that just catches the top of the net. I also like the decision to attack here, but just hit it a little too high. This one deserves a closer look. Drew has a nice attack here, forcing our opponent to hit up on the ball. This is exactly what we're looking for as a high contact point for me. Unfortunately, I'm trying to work on letting out balls go, and the added shoulder high let it fly is what I was thinking here. This ball wasn't hit hard enough to get out, so it's in easily. I am programmed to terminate the high ball, but the reality is some of those balls are going long. Working on this skill has been tough for me because I don't feel near as bad about hitting a ball that would be out as I do about one of these where I leave a ball that ends up going in. At this point, we're 2 rallies in and I have 2 unforced errors. I need to find a way to put that in the past and not compound that into additional errors. Here's another ball that I attempt to let go out, but instead get body bagged. Mishit this one to add to the unforced error count. I reached in and got this pop-up before Drew could, and luckily I didn't miss it. 2-5-1. This is a real good drive by Drew on a short return.
2-5-1.
This is not a very patient attack, and I was lucky to get away with it.
4-5-1.
Here's another one for the unforced error list, but since my hands bailed me out, I'm not putting it on there.
6-5-1.
the idea of driving the short return, but just too high and too much out of bounds. This one deserves a closer look. My drop was just okay here, letting him take it out of the air at about net height. I'm a little bit late on the split step here, as that's supposed to be happening when he's hitting the ball, not while the ball is in the air. I do get away with it here because I'm on balance by the time I hit the ball. Drew and I are in the transition zone here, which is the area in between the baseline and before you get to the non-volley zone line. I chose to attack here, which you should only do under two circumstances. When it's an overhead and you can hit down on the ball, or when the other team is out of position and you see an opening that you can hit a winner through. He hits the same shot at me, so I get another chance, and I do the exact same thing. The right shot on both of these should have been a drop into their kitchen, so we could work our way up to our kitchen line. The problem with the transition attack is you can see that the net's in the way and we can't possibly get the ball to their feet. But on their counterattack, the net isn't in the way of our feet, so that they are exposed for attack. We are also about 7 feet off the kitchen line, which gives them more time to respond to the attack. Ill-advised transition attacks were a problem for our team throughout this tournament. The frustrating thing for me is I know not to do this, but yet I have video of me doing this. Our opponent now counters, trying to get the ball at Drew's feet, and does a pretty good job of that. Drew responds with the right shot here and tries to drop it into the kitchen. We both recognize about this point that it went too far, and they're going to get a full swing at it. We do what you're supposed to do. Get back and give yourself a little more time to defend the shot. But he hits a hard ball, and Drew's unable to get it back, and we lose the point. We had who was taking the middle ball worked out at the baseline, but clearly didn't have it worked out at the kitchen line. I mentioned to Drew that this was in the budget because an occasional long return is a lot better than a bunch of short returns and no long ones. This is the right shot, trying to get it to the player that didn't come up, but unfortunately I dumped it into the net. Slowed this one down to see if it hit the net, and I couldn't find any evidence of that, so I give myself an unforced error for missing it. Another paddle clank, so we took a time out to talk about it. This is one of my very few good rallies in this entire game. all the problems I had in this game. Being tight on the fists and hitting them long like I did in game 1 was not one of them. Here's another rally that's worthy of a slow motion breakdown. I served the ball, got a standard return, and Drew tries a third shot drop, which is a little bit high. He's working very hard here to try and get the ball in the kitchen. This one's a perfect distance, but just bounces a little too high and he's able to hit down on it again. Another try to put it in the kitchen, smashed, and Drew gets it back. The other team has a big strategic mistake here that I think was caused by Drew's good defense. Since multiple attempts to put the ball away failed, he tries a drop volley. A drop volley is only good here if he gets a double bounce winner. Otherwise, he's just inviting us to the kitchen. Drew ends up getting this ball immediately, but my mistake here was I didn't go up to the kitchen with him. Since I wasn't at the kitchen, I was in no position to attack and did so anyway and sent the ball long. I can't think of anything more frustrating than watching your partner work so hard and then the one chance you get, create an error. My dink here is not terrible because the contact point is below the net, but he's still able to attack and Drew's unable to get it back. The result is an 11-9 loss. I believe this is the worst pickleball game I have ever played, even going back to the first time I played the game. Taking a look at the statistics, my 8 unforced errors really stands out. I was the most influential person on the court in this game and unfortunately caused our team to lose. If you are saying to yourself, I can't believe this is 4-0, I am much better than the guy in this video. I am saying the exact same thing. According to Duper rankings going into the tournament, our first 2 games were against the opponents with the lowest rated players. This game was the only win in the tournament for our opponent in this game and put us at 1-1 in the tournament with 4 games left. Leave a comment below if you've ever played worse than you thought you were capable of playing and what the circumstances were. Does it get better for me and our team the rest of the tournament? Subscribe to the channel to find out what happens in the rest of the games. Thanks for watching and have a good day.